Yeah, really, that conversation, that discussion is really emblematic of Aaron's entire time here. I mean, what he's done in coming here, and it's a truly unselfish thing, what he's done, and it's really going to give us great flexibility moving forward, and allow us to be aggressive if other opportunities present themselves.
Did that, when he did the whole restructure, did that come with the understanding, like, I'll do this, but, now you have all this money, go out and get some players, or, like, before the trading deadline, or, like, how did that work out? Like,
yeah, I mean, I think it goes on. I think it goes unsaid. It's almost like a unspoken thing. Like, like if you're doing this, there's a reason why he's doing this, and so it's gonna give us great flexibility.
Joe, what
forward.
have you learned about Aaron that maybe you didn't know from afar?
I think it started from the very first time that I had the opportunity to speak with him when we all went out to Malibu. And the word that I always use when I'm asked about him is how authentic. Like, he's a very genuine, authentic person, highly competitive. We all know how smart he is, but also a very authentic, genuine, caring teammate, and genuinely wants to build real relationships with people, not only teammates, but everyone in the building.
Joe, what's a successful season for this team as it's constituted?
Look, I mean, I'll let everybody debate what that looks like, but I've said it earlier. We're not running. We're hiding from any expectations that are out there. I think when the dust settles, you want to be in the conversation as one of those teams that can compete for a Super Bowl. You get a ticket into the dance and anything happens. And so I think with the training camp we've had, I think the job that the players have done, the job that the coaching staff has done, we're ready. But we're really not looking any further than the Buffalo Bills. I mean, again, guys, it's a 3-time defending AFC East champions are coming into MetLife, and so we know what kind of task that is to compete against them, and then after that, we're going to be looking at that opponent, going down to Dallas and playing in a hostile environment. So, we're just going to take this one day, 1 week at a time.
Before you started the process of trading for Aaron, did you see it at first as more of an unrealistic scenario that you had to take a shot at, or did you always look at that as a realistic proposition?
Yeah, honestly, after the season, I thought it was very unrealistic. And then as the days went along, and the conversations that I had with Brian, and then we were allowed to talk to Dave Dunn. We were given permission to talk to Dave, and then it became, with every passing day, like, this could really happen, And so I think it really became a real thought that it could happen around the combine.
Do you feel, have you seen signs of MVP Aaron as opposed to 2022 Aaron?
Look, the only scope I've seen Aaron is 2023 Aaron, and I see unbelievable competitor, fiery. That just he wants to go out there and do a lot of damage, and I love it. I feel like the back and forth that we've had at practice with the offense versus defense, and when we have the call it periods with Aaron calling plays and C.J. Mosley calling plays, they're just unbelievable battles, and so it's been fun to watch Aaron go at it against our defense. It's been really fun.
Has there been a point in time where you were either watching practice on the side or when you review the film where you sit back and say, "That's my quarterback"? Like, I can't believe we've got this guy.
Yeah, like 5-6 times a day when I'm watching the film. There's these throws that are just unbelievable, unreal, tight window throws, accuracy, the delivery, the compact, quick delivery, balls just rifled out of his hands, decision making. It's I've said it before, but it's surreal.
How does trading for Aaron, a future Hall of Famer who's 39 years old, increase the sense of urgency to win now?
Well, yeah, I think Aaron came here to win. I think Aaron, and I don't want to put words in Aaron's mouth. I think Aaron's talked about it, but Aaron obviously saw something in this group that made him want to be a part of it, and so he came here for a reason. We're all doing this for a reason. So it's been again, we know the task in front of us is not going to be easy. So, but we're all excited to move forward.
What is it about his leadership?
Why did you feel the need to add Dalvin Cook?
Well, I think it's an opportunity to add another Pro Bowl caliber player to the roster, and another player that was excited to come here, and a player that we feel is a difference maker to the team, to the offense, and the experience that I've had and the team's had with Dalvin has been unbelievable. He's all ball. He loves football, and so we want to be a group of guys that first and foremost love this game, love competing, and Dalvin's one of those guys. So it's been good to spend time with him and see him go about practice this week.
What is it about Aaron's leadership ability or approach that has impressed you the most, or surprised you? Maybe something you didn't know you were getting from him in that context.
Well, I mean, I go back to the leadership approach. I go back to the same word, the authenticity, of just him being able to really get real with these guys and build these relationships with first and second year players that grew up watching him play, but he's able to relate with them and have the special handshakes and have these real bonds with these guys. It's been fun to watch.
Take a couple more.
How much do you think the feedback that he's been giving these young guys can help their development?
Yeah, I think I said when we traded for him, when you bring a player like him in, it's going to raise the level of everybody, and I think he does that. His feedback, his insight, his tips. I think it's been showcased pretty well on JD and Hard Knocks. What he's seen everything, and he can impart a little nuggets and little pieces of wisdom to every single player, and not just offense. He does it defensively too, and so when you have a guy that can do that, everyone's level of play is going to go up.
How do you feel about?
I think we all saw in Hard Knocks last week, Aaron's frustration come out a little bit in practice, a string of F-bombs there. I'm sure you probably...
I haven't seen it yet.
But you probably lived it. Probably lived it a few times.
In more than one way, yeah.
Was that the first time? Is that a lot this summer, or is it typical for him in training? Have you been with him for so long?
I think it's typical, Aaron has such a high standard of himself because of his ability and what he can do with his game. And he's not going to lower that standard just because other guys on the field are there with him. So he's going to hold those guys to the same standards, same expectations whenever he's on the field. So he's just going to approach it the same way. And if you mess up, and he's going to let you have it. And sometimes I think, especially the way the world's kind of going, is that people are getting a little bit more softer and a little more sensitive. But I think that hard, confrontational discipline is all that you need. I know it was for me. When he was cussing me out or giving me a dirty look after I messed up, that's what motivated me to not do that again, because I didn't want to disappoint him, but also I didn't want to disappoint my teammates and more so myself and like what I was trying to do and everything. So I think it's just a great reminder of just be on your shit.
That being said, Brandon said he's noticed the more patient Aaron since coming over here. Have you noticed that?
Absolutely. It's hard to describe. He's just a lot more relaxed and not necessarily letting things slide, but not being as so hard to come down on people when they mess up in certain situations and reteaching things kind of 2 or 3 times, where in the past, if it was installed, you better know it, and I think that was all in good merit, because when I got to Green Bay, I had Devontae, I had 3-4 other guys that had been there for a while and knew the system, so I was learning off of those guys that already were very well rehearsed. Everyone here has no idea what to really do, especially certain situational stuff that we can install these plays and what we should do on paper and what we're expecting the defense to do. But in this situation, we couldn't predict the defense to jump this route and for this guy to overlap and do that. So it's all about, with him, it's all about just teaching improv. You know, and I think that's what kind of the beauty of the game is a lot of it is improv of just, we called this play, but it's not how it really happened after snap, but, you know, we still made it happen, and we were able to get the catch, get the chains moving, and score a touchdown and everything. So, yeah. Got a little distraction going on.